Maybe.
I think
hope.
so. Maybe?
Perhaps.
Ah, there we are. Yes, I see movement.
All the anxiety.
And then I'll see it in 10 seconds. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, we're fine. Anyway, I think it's time to get into our gameplay just to move this train wreck along.
Nice segue. Yeah, we'll just run it on by.
I got to play the bumper again because... Should I go for a third? Just to really just...
Yeah, go. Again.
Oh, no, it's not It's not playing.
What? Okay, whatever.
I got it!
Why is this such a trash fire?
We've saved up all the trash fires from the last month and just put them all into one episode.
Oh, we are professionals. We've been doing this for over 5 years now.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta tell you about my dream. Can I do my gameplay first?
Yes.
Sure. Did you actually
So I had
play?
no, I didn't play, but I had a Fallout related dream.
Oh.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
It's so good. Okay, so I woke up on the golf course at the White Spring.
Okay.
And there was like some sort of like campfire like right next to like the green, which is unusual because it's a golf course, you know, it's very pristine and kept, and but there was like people partying by this campfire. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know, whatever. I'm gonna go up to the White Spring because I'm supposed to meet Jess.
Were you just laying in the grass?
Yeah, just
when you
woke up.
It's like
Woke
Ark.
up in the grass, but the green was really like spongy, like memory foam.
That sounds lovely.
It was nice, yeah. So I go up to the White Spring, and I get up to the White Spring, and you know those kitchens that are like in the back there. It's it's like an industrial part. It's like a workshop,
Yeah,
and they've got
yeah.
all those.
Mhm.
There's like bathrooms and stuff.
Mhm.
Well, that was a full-fledged kitchen with like chefs and like sous chefs, and they were all cooking, and there was bells going off, and like waiters carrying plates and stuff, and it was wild. And Jess was in the kitchen, and she was just squawking orders left and like, "Where's my oysters? Why aren't these aren't cooked yet? What are you doing?" She was so mad, and then that was the end of the dream.
So you had like
That
Fallout.
is incredible.
You had like Fallout location, an Ark wake up, and an overcooked scenario going on.
But it wasn't like I was looking. I was in the world, and like the characters were just people. You know how you have those dreams where you're like, I'm pretty sure I've never seen this person before in my life, but you have to have had seen them because how else would your brain fabricate these people, right?
Maybe.
So it's like these deep images that just get pulled up in your subconscious. And there was people in this dream that I'm pretty sure that I don't recognize them. It was just random. It was very weird, but I did recognize Jess. And I remember thinking to myself, huh, you're a lot taller than I thought you would be.
Oh, that is so great. Didn't
That's
Jess
awesome.
have her camp on the White Spring on the lawn at the White
She did. Yeah,
I did.
there you
And
go.
I think that's where the connection was,
Nice.
right? But
Brains
she
are
always-
silly.
She always remarks about how she's so short, and I was
Oh.
like, oh, she's a lot taller than I thought she was. Anyway, that's my Fallout dream, and that is also my contribution to the show.
That was wonderful, and I expect you to have one of these dreams every time.
Okay, sure.
It's a reoccurring. It's the same one.
I'll have a little chat with my brain later and schedule one.
Get some lucid dreaming going on. But nice.
Anyways, that's my gameplay.
Lovely.
Nice. I played a little Fallout, but nothing quite significant. Took a bit of a break to play Tarkov and Cyberpunk, and haven't quite gotten back into the groove of doing homework. So I don't really have much to talk about in that regard. Although I did rebuild my house, and I'm not happy with it anymore. I
feel like you should build in a really hostile location.
I've done that. I hated it.
Oh, I feel like you should build in a really non-hostile location.
It's in a great location because you remember that rock in the middle of WJLG Lake, Vendor? I built around that. So now that's like the centerpiece of the house is the rock and the lake. But I tried to do like an open air party deck thing, and I don't know. I need to. I don't know. Anyway,
Well, there's areas now where you can't build.
a few. That's one of them. That's fine. When I built in a hostel place, I accidentally built it on a mole rat spawn. So every time I loaded into the game, the mole rats would pop in. You remember that fort, Shalene? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, the mole rats. Were
Yes,
always
I
like,
do. That was annoying. That was annoying.
That's why I moved. The fort was cool. The mole
fort
rats
was cool.
sucked.
You had that little bedroom for Raider Punk.
Yes, I did. Yeah. He was my radio man, you know. But anyway, so what about you, Shalene? What'd you do on Fallout?
I have been playing a bit of Fallout. I finally finished Wastelanders with my main character. I had finished Wastelanders with my
Lord.
baby character. That Archon and I created new characters and leveled them up together. I had finished it on that. But Jim Justice had never finished the Wastelanders storyline. So I've finally done that. And now for the first time, I'm working on the gold reputation grind. So this is the first time that I've really experienced this. Getting treasury notes from events. I'm all about doing all the events now because of the treasury notes.
Finally somebody to do that with. I've been wanting to do it.
Yes.
And Archon's always been like, I've got tons of treasury notes. So now you and I can just do all the events.
We can go get the treasury notes, Rick.
Let's do it.
Go get that bread. And
I don't want the bread. I want the treasury notes.
It's been a lot of fun. The day that I finally completed, I stayed up super late doing events. Like I was soloing Mama Dolce's. And
Wow,
just
you
trying
are
to
determined.
grind out treasury notes. I wanted treasury notes, and there is so much stuff to buy with the gold bullion. So much stuff. I'm never gonna buy all this stuff. And I want to buy all the stuff. I have the checklist with the stuff, and I want the stuff, but it's gonna take me until I'm like 87 years old before I can buy all this stuff. It's just this. There's so many things. It's overwhelming.
I got the Secret Service armor, but the helmet, I don't. It's like $2,000. I'm not gonna. No.
So much stuff. I did buy the new punch weapon. I forget what it's called. It has like a little round saw blade on it.
I know that one.
And it looks a little bit like a power fist, but it has a little round saw blade. It's okay. It's okay. It's fun to have some variety in terms of the fisticuffs weapons.
Yeah.
They tend not to give you enough variety for fisticuffs. But I've been enjoying that. I'm trying to keep up on the season 3 Scribe of Avalon homework. I want to say I'm level 72 on the scoreboard. Let's see. I worked on my legendary perks and I ranked up the rad resistant perk all the way. And I am extremely, extremely resistant to radiation, and it's really, really fun. I can pretty much just walk without any Rad-X, no radiation suit, no power armor. I can survive in a nuke zone for a while. Yeah. Like if I spawn in the nuke zone and I'm not wearing anything special, it's fine.
Nice.
I'm fine. I'll be okay. And it's so cool. We did Radiation Rumble the other day. And
that's right,
I was able to put on, I believe it was my Chinese stealth suit that I put on.
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
I didn't have to take a single rat away. I was basically immune between my natural radiation resistance and the stealth suit. I was immune to radiation. It was lovely.
I die in a hot second if I go into radiation.
Beautiful. It was beautiful. I'm working on getting my achievements for PC. I'm down to just a few story achievements, and the level up ones. I should work on those this weekend. I've unlocked both of the new allies for your camp, Yasmin and Solomon. Yasmin is the chef. What?
Sorry. Nothing. Continue. Okay. I'm listening.
Yasmin is the chef, and she's great. She cooks for you. Her dialogue is really interesting. She tells great stories, and she also sells you recipes and things. I really like her, but she's so dirty. She is so filthy that it actually makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Just this grime coating her arms and hands and just disgusting. And she's a chef. And I feel like she should know better. And we also live on a lake. And I feel like it wouldn't
Just go
be-
for a dip.
I just want to
Just
shove her in. Just
Go for a dip.
wash. Please wash yourself. She's so dirty.
You
And,
walk up behind her and baptize.
Yes, exactly. Felicidades.
All my demons have been washed away, boys.
Come on in, boys. The water's fine.
The water's fine.
And Solomon Hardy is the doctor character, and he's great. I really like him. His dialogue is not annoying. His voice is wonderful, and he can heal you as a doctor. He can heal your health. He can fix your rads, your diseases, drug addictions. He can fix all that stuff for you, which is lovely. And he's also pretty beastly in terms of combat. There were a couple of Wendigos at my house the other day. They just waltzed right up into the yard. And I went out to fight them, and I heard the grenade noise, and I was a little freaked out because I thought,
When did
how
they get grenades?
Wendigos learn to get grenades? Like,
With those arms, they could whip them things too, you know.
but it was not the Wendigos. It was Solomon. It was a friendly grenade. So that was great.
when you were saying all the things he could fix, my head went to the dude in Holes. Do you remember that movie?
Fix that.
I can fix that.
And I do have one more story to tell.
You can't
and
fix
this
the
is a
gunshot
nuclear
wound.
winter story. So nuclear winter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was playing some nuclear winter with Archon, and he wears the same outfit all the time in nuclear winter. He almost never changes his outfit. And his go-to outfit in nuclear winter is like the duster, like the Preston Garvey duster with the cowboy hat. And I've played a million hours of this game with this guy, and I've come to associate that outfit with a feeling of safety, right? Like that outfit tells me that I'm safe. And we were, trying to escape the circle of fire. There was a cliff and a pylon, and we came up by the pylon. We're waiting at the bottom of the cliff. And Archon climbs up the cliff to do a little bit of scouting for us. I'm hiding in terror at the bottom of the cliff, trying to kind of watch our back trail a little bit by this pylon, seeing if anybody else pops up next to this pylon. And I did hear some footsteps, and Archon mentions that he hears footsteps and that I need to be careful because there's someone in the area. And then Archon drops down beside me, and I turned to look at him, and I was a little startled, but it was Archon, but it wasn't Archon, and he opened fire and murdered me. It was somebody else wearing the outfit of safety, and how dare they? How dare they?
Tricked you.
And it was so funny because Archon was like, "What are you doing? I told you he was there." Like, it's like, I'm sorry. He was wearing your coat. I'm sorry. I didn't know. But yeah, that's pretty much my gameplay. I thought that was so funny that I saw that code and it didn't even occur to me to shoot.
Well, that story reminds me of when you, me, and Arch were playing Nuclear Winter, and we had that noob with us, or at least just a level 8, and we took it all the way to victory. We loaded in, and we noticed that I forget who it was, but there was a name that kept popping up killing people, and we're like, man, like we know who that is. We're gonna lose this round. All of a sudden, a nuke gets called in, and thoof, and they take that dude out, and we're like, maybe we got a shot now. They wasted that guy. Turns out that's true. And during that actual match, we were up on a cliff, and the circle was closing in. There was like 2 people left, and it was 4 of us, and then two people out in the wild that we had to find. And I dropped down the cliff and I went to this bush and my cursor was red. And I was like, huh, I don't see anyone, but my cursor's red. So I thought that I had switched to my shotgun and I fired, but I fired with the grenade launcher apparently into the back of someone right in front of me. So it went boom, and then he died. I dropped on my knees and was like, oh, dang it. I thought I switched to my shotgun. And then I see who I killed, and I murdered Wasteland Baker.
Oh no.
And I was like, I put a 40 mic into the back of one of our listeners. So
It was
sorry,
so funny.
bud.
I saw that name pop up, and we were all like, "Hey,
Yeah, aw.
we know him!"
My bad, buddy.
Oh.
I guess when push comes to shove, even our listeners aren't safe. But yeah, I thought I switched to my shotgun. I just like grenaded them. I feel like such an idiot. But luckily
Really?
Archon got me up. Or was it you that got me up, Shalene?
It was Archon. I was pretty far away from
That's
you
right.
guys.
So yeah, and then we went on to win that match. But I thought it was funny because it was the first time I think I'd ever seen
Yeah.
anyone that we had known.
I think
at least
so.
for me, at least. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Huh.
So anyway, I
We're professionals.
two thoughts came out at once.
Do you want to move on to our work segment? Okay.
Help.
So today, Rick is turned purple. I'm concerned. But we're going to move on because we're professionals.
I am definitely going back into the archive and listening to this.
So, lore. Let's do some Fallout lore. Today we're going to talk.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Tip of the tongue, teeth, and the lips. Focus.
Okay, my loves. Lore, Fallout lore. We are going to talk about Penelope Penny Hornwright. Penny Hornwright is one of my favorite characters in Fallout 76, and she's got some really interesting history that can be discovered in the base game, and her story continues in the Wastelanders expansion. I believe we've covered in brief on a past episode the feud between Garahan Mining and Hornwright Industrial, and the way that interactions between these two companies have shaped the lives of citizens as well as the political climate of pre-war Appalachia. Penny was a member of the Hornwright family, and before the war, she was the senior operations executive for her family's company. She graduated from Vault-Tec University, where she double majored in business administration and geological science. An internship at Atomic Mining Services during her youth helped Penny establish several business agreements between AMS and her father's company, a relationship that would continue. And Penny, like her father, took many steps to automate Hornwright's mining processes. She was a bit less ruthless than he was, though, hating the idea of hiring strike breakers to deal with riots incited by the out-of-work miners. This small hesitation, however, does not mean that Penny had an abundance of conscience. The pre-war environmentalist group, the Clear Skies Alliance, approached Hornwright Industrial with a proposition to co-own an air purifier project that would remove dangerous particulates from the air and improve the atmosphere. These sites were built all around Mount Blair, but Penny modified these purifiers to turn them into ash forges that could extract heavy minerals from the polluted air. Setting old coal veins on fire filled the air with harvestable particulates, which meant that... Rick, stop!
I keep looking at Fender.
I can't look at you.
I've been trying so hard to
I
not
know.
look at you and just read the thing.
I thought I
You've been
muted
doing-
it. I muted it.
But then you laughed, and
I muted it on the stream, but I didn't mute it in Zoom. That's my fault.
okay.
I'm trying to hold
Zip
it
it.
together
Ah.
here.
Zip it. Zip it.
I'm
Bring it
trying.
down. Okay. Bring it down.
Don't.
Okay. Air purifiers. We're going to start again there. The pre-war environmentalist group, the Clear Skies Alliance, approached Hornwright Industrial with a proposition to co-own an air purifier project that would remove dangerous particulates from the air and improve the atmosphere. And several of these sites were built all around Mount Blair. But Penny Hornwright modified these purifiers and turned them into ash forges that could extract heavy minerals from the polluted air. Setting old coal veins on fire filled the air with more harvestable particulates, which meant that the outputs of mining were increased, but the environmental and ecological consequences of mining operations were far, far worse than before their installation. Penny's mother died from cancer in 2076, and her father became obsessed with the Motherlode project. His manic investment in the project seemed to be a product of his grief, but Penny moved on from the devastating loss.
Fascinating.
One of the more interesting backstories that you can find via digging around through terminals is the forbidden romance between Penny and the son of her family's greatest rivals, the Garahans. Penny Hornwright and Bryce Garahan met as children. They knew each other all of their lives, and they fell in love. They planned to marry, but their plans were interrupted by the Great War. Penny was 29 when the bombs fell. She left Appalachia and gave birth to a daughter. I could not find any confirmation, and I don't believe that it's clarified in game whether or not Bryce Garahan is the father, or if Penny had another relationship. If Bryce didn't make it, I don't know. But Penny did discover a vault with a faulty door, and she negotiated entrance for her family in exchange for repairing that faulty door. That was something she could only do from the outside, however. So she was successful, and her family gained a safe place in this vault, but she herself was heavily dosed with radiation and became a ghoul. She wandered the wasteland after that, avoiding large groups of people and settlements and hiding her face whenever it was possible. And she used her robotics expertise to repair machines to help defend herself. She returned home to Appalachia, attempting to hide from a predator, and she approached her ancestral home at Hornwright Manor, the Hornwright Estates, where she found the Motherlode and the Vault 76 player character. I just found it so fascinating to chase Penny's ghost all through the base game and visit all of these places where she lived and worked, her home and her workplace, and going through her terminals. And the shock of meeting her as an NPC in Wastelanders was just stupendous. I feel like that was one of the better decisions that they made in terms of writing Wastelanders, was bringing Penny to life in that way.
Interesting.
And she's a cool character too. I like her.
She really is. Yeah, she really is.
I feel like
Penny.
I feel like who she was before the war isn't who she is anymore.
Absolutely. Penny definitely learned some things about compassion through her experiences.
Which is interesting because you would think it would be the other way around, becoming a ghoul.
Right. Yeah. But instead, it character growth instead of it making her bitter.
Because like she's an NPC. Like I never met her, because I didn't go that deep into the. I made it to the ski resort. I think in the main story. But like when you meet her as a ghoul, is she like crazy and you have to kill her, or is is there dialogue?
She's awesome. There's dialogue.
Yeah,
she's essential to helping you with the Wastelanders quest.
Yeah.
She's friendly. You can learn more about her. She helps you. She's a scientist. You'd love Penny.
So that's
interesting. Her.
It's interesting because it's the other way around, right? Like you would think that because she became a ghoul, she no longer had control of her faculties, or she, had some sort of something has happened to her.
Became cynical or something. Yeah. I mean, I think what it was that she, to me, it felt like she was on top of the world when she was in the Hornwright mining industry. I mean, she had all the money she could ever wish for. She was working on giant projects. She didn't care. Nothing could touch her. Now that she's a ghoul, she's at the lowest of the low. So I think that might have had a...
And so this really triggers me. it really hits home because in Alberta right now, Albertans are fighting the provincial government to stop a coal mining policy that was abolished this year. And so what has happened is Peter Lougheed, who is a former premier of our province, great human being, he introduced a policy that said nobody can mine for coal in this stretch of the Rocky Mountains, which you guys know, the Canadian Rockies. It's one of the most beautiful places on earth.
It's gorgeous.
There's so much wildlife. There are indigenous reservations, protected lands, endangered species. It's very delicate land, right? And we take great pride and care in preserving that. And our current government has basically abolished that policy and opened the land up for mining. So this whole story really hits home because although Penny is a ghoul now, she was a ghoul before.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's true.
Yeah, really, she was more of a ghoul before than she is now. Now she's a human with a conscience and
yeah. So, anyways,
compassion.
great choice for lore. Love it. What else have you got?
We've got a weapon of the week. Do you guys want me to take that? Or?
Please do.
Okay. Today's weapon of the week is the gutter. And this weapon is a unique variant of the Assaultron blade that was originally introduced in the Wild Appalachia update. And it was made craftable with a plan that is available as part of daily ops. It is made of an Assaultron Dominator arm blade, which is crafted into a sword-like weapon with parts of the Assaultron's lower arm serving as the hilt. The legacy version was obtainable as a reward for a side quest called Waste Management found in the Burrows. And the Daily Ops craftable variant has an orange and yellow settler paint design. It's really cool. It's like the orange and yellow stripes. And the craftable version has the same stats as the legacy weapon, including a base damage of 20% more than the standard Assaultron blade and a lower weight. But the craftable version cannot be dropped, traded, or sold.
Gotcha. Do you use this weapon? Because you're more of a melee. Or
I don't use this weapon, but I feel like I'm going to craft one today. I just want to craft one and check it out.
Are you guys going to play some Fallout after?
Yeah.
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Was this one of the plans that you didn't think you had?
No, I knew I had this one.
Okay.
It was the Warglaive
That's
that I
it.
didn't think I had, but I had all along. And every week we would do daily ops every day, and I would be like, "Today's the day I'm gonna get the Warglaive," and I wouldn't get the Warglaive, and I would
Like
be sad.
months this went on.
But I had this plan, Bender. I knew how to craft the Warglaive
She
for
already had it.
months, and I didn't know that I knew, and that was stupid.
There's a mini map. I think Archon gave you the Excel sheet that like gave you the check off that you're like, oh, I do have it. So they're good for something. Those Excel
Just
sheets.
when I thought you couldn't get any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself.
Exactly.
I've been thinking about reconfiguring my character to have some power armor. I miss kind of trompsing around and power armor.
How many characters have you? How many now?
Honestly, in this, I only have one main. I don't even.
Yeah, I know, but how many have
have
you?
I
'Cause-
started?
Yeah,
Oh, many. But
more than you can count on two hands.
probably, yeah. But they've all been deleted, like recycled and stuff. But I only have one that I've really focused on, and you can reconfigure. I've been leveling up and storing up all the perk things so I can kind of move some points around.
Right.
And I've been thinking about doing some power armor stuff because I haven't really done much with the power armor in this game, and it'd be kind of fun.
Okay.
But that's because I kind of got all the armor I wanted. I have the guns I want, really, and I
You
have
need a new goal.
Yeah, I do. So I think I might start working to reconfigure power armor. But anyway, yeah,
Sounds fun.
man, I think that's a show, isn't it?
That is a show.
Do we have anything else to cover tonight? Nope.
got
All
nothing.
right. Well, I'm going to make everybody aware of some stuff we've got coming up down the pipeline. On Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. roughly, I do streaming.
Don't say pipeline. Don't say pipeline.
It's cool. Down here, we already nixed the XL pipeline, so I can say it's safe. It's safe.
I mean, I agree with the disc.
But coming down the pike. Coming down the
Next on the
fallopian tubes of
docket.
life, we have on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. streaming here at We Just Love Games, where I pick a game and stream it. I've been doing some cyberpunk. I've been doing some cyberpunk, some Tarkov. I think last week. I don't know what I'll do next week. I don't know. It's just kind of a fun little stream thing. On Thursday nights on the Discord, Dick's Picks audio channel, I do vinyl streams where I have 2 turntables over here and right there,
And a microphone.
Glorious.
and a
2
microphone.
turntables and a microphone.
And I do a little radio show that spans the gamut of oldies to new stuff to weird stuff to punk to rock to all kinds of different things. So if you're a part of the Discord, Thursday nights at 8 p.m., check it out there. And then, of course, Friday nights right here, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Mountain, and that is GameStack or That Fallout Show. Next week is GameStack. You can tweet at the show, at That Fallout Show. You can tweet at the channel at We Just Love Games. You can tweet at me at Rick McVick. You can tweet at Shalene L and Vendertron at VendertronN. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/thatfalloutshow as well as /groups/thatfalloutshow. And then you can find our channel /GameStack at facebook.com/WeJustLoveGames or groups/WeJustLoveGames. You can email us. Please do, because we love hearing from you guys at info@wejustlovegames.com. And you can like this video and subscribe to it on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/wejustlovegames. We stream here, twitch.tv/wejustlovegames every Friday night at 6:30 Mountain, 8:30 Standard, Eastern Standard Time, like I said before. And tonight was That Fallout Show. Next week is GameStack. Our 2020 Stack Awards is already up on iTunes and Stitcher and that sort of
That was
thing.
such a fun episode.
It was a great episode. It was so
If you
long.
guys haven't watched it, check it out. It's so awesome. We had Tim Twig and Mistress LeBeau, aka Liz, on the show, who you may remember from our previous broadcasts of the Bethesda E3 live streams. We had them back for 2 years in a row, and then this year it was canceled because of the pandemic. So we decided to have them on to the Stack Awards, and it was so great having them on the show. Thank you.
We should really
Tim
have
and
them
Liz.
on more often. They're fantastic.
We should, yes. Also, it reminds me to poke the coals a little bit. We need another Dame Stack. I'm just saying. just putting that out there.
Okay, I'm talking to the dames tomorrow. I'll throw it out there.
Yes.
I've got nothing. I forgot that was a thing we do.
Hey, I've been muted this whole time, too.
Are you serious?
No.
The whole time?
Whole
For
time.
the whole outro?
Yep.
For the whole outro.
Whole thing.
Good night, guys. Okay. Should we-
We're getting
How
the
about
dust.
you want me to do the outro? I'll
Do
do the
it.
outro, and then you can think about the last words. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. So, Rick does turntable things. Don't forget about that. That's coming up on Thursday.
Oh, wait a minute. Did it just cut out? Like, did you guys hear most of the outro? Maybe I. Oh, I think I hit a button that somehow muted me in OBS. I didn't even know I had mute hotkeyed. Oh, okay. So most of it. All right, cool. Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
if you haven't heard it the first 848 times, then what are you doing? I mean,
Folks,
you shouldn't. All of you should know this verbatim.
I know.
Basically.
It's your responsibility to know our show. Shalene, what's the last word?
In honor of a video that Jessica Starr put out today, let's kill some robos. Shoot, shoot, shoot.